Yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy Food Junkie coming at you with another video. These streets been jumping for a couple of days. I've been off this channel for a couple of days, but let's talk about what's been going on. This video is going to be a little longer because it's covering several different topics, and I'm going to work early because I just want to be at work early. So let's talk about it. First, let me address a couple of things that need to be addressed. Damn it, she took that turn. One thing is that the whole thing about women shouldn't be defending men. Okay. Normally, I guess that's correct. But taking the same token, when a man defends himself, he becomes abusive and it's not right. No one understands why a man is defending himself, why a man has to talk to a woman a certain way. So make up your mind and make it make sense to me. If a man can't defend himself against a woman on these YouTube streets, and a woman can't defend a man on these YouTube streets, what is it that a man's supposed to do? Please answer that question for me. Make it make sense. Be it a gay man, be it a straight man, be it a man who's bisexual, be it a man who's confused, be it whatever. If a man can't defend himself on these YouTube streets, what is a man to do? To sit there and be verbally attacked and tongue lashed by women? No, that's not correct. That's not cool. That's not something that anyone should allow to have happen. That doesn't make sense. Please make it make sense to me. If a man go after a woman because she went after him, first thing you say is, oh, another man is attacking a black woman. Who's going to protect us? Oh my God, we need help. Who's going to protect us? Okay. But if a woman defends a man or even makes an example using a man that you may not like, oh, women shouldn't protect men. That's just a sign of weakness. No. A sign of weakness is open up your mouth and talk about stuff that doesn't belong to you or doesn't pertain to you. It doesn't affect you. If you live in a certain way in your household, well, it's not. Keep it there. We all don't want to know about all that. We all don't care about all that. At least I don't, personally. That's one thing I want to talk about. And the word homophobia, homophobic. We all know that phobia means to fear or fear of. Homo means the same. Homogeneous, homo sapien, homosexual means the same. Homophobic is not the fear of a gay person. It is to spread fear about homosexuality or same-sex relationships or same-sex ideas. That's what homophobia is. That's what homophobic words are. When you are spreading, or homophobic phrases as well, when you're spreading fear about homosexuals or people who are part of the LGBTIA community, that's what they talk about when someone says you're homophobic. It's not about, man, she want to talk to your ugly ass, get the fuck on. That's what it's about when people say that. It's not about saying that, oh, you're scared of someone gay or you are afraid of someone gay. No, that's not what homophobia is. It's spreading the fear of homosexuals or homosexuals or people in the LGBTIA community. That's what homophobia is. The spreading of fear, not actually you being afraid of. Now, a lot of y'all think that y'all are extremely educated. And you may be, as far as having degrees, having all kind of statuses and credentials and this and that and whatever the case may be. Yeah, you may be smart in your own right. You may be intelligent in your own right. But let's look at it for a moment. Let's talk about it for a moment. When you are spreading fear based on your own beliefs and your own perception, that could be looked at as homophobic. You could say you don't like black people, you don't like homosexuals, or you don't like people in the LGBTIA community, or you don't like gay men. It's all different types of homophobia out there. You don't have to always not like the entire group. You can like a specific spectrum of the group that you don't like, that you don't agree with, that you think, or that you look at in a bad way or in a bad light. It's not always about the entire group sometimes when you've been homophobic. It's about spreading fear of specific incidences and things in a group which make you sound homophobic. I don't know if you're homophobic or not. I don't care, because you don't affect my life one way or the other. Mother made you, mother fuck you. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And take that with a grain of salt, and take that however you want to take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that person you want to go back and forth with. I don't give a fuck about you. Point blank, period. This is my platform. I'm going to do and say whatever I want to do and say. Just like your platform, you do and say whatever you want to say. This is my platform. Don't come at me. So, like you always say, or like you said, do not question the content creator. Do not question the content creator. Who the fuck you have to be questioned? Come on now. We're human. We're all adults. I can question anybody I want to question. On your platform or on my platform or out there in the general public. You're not above being questioned. Who are you? You're nobody at all. Literally nobody at all. Let me get back off my high horse. It's kind of upsetting when people say don't question me or don't question. Like, I never understood that. Don't question me. Who the fuck are you not to be questioned? You ain't nobody. You don't get the fuck out my face with that whole bullshit. Don't question me. I question everything and everybody anytime I want to. If you don't like it, oh well. Deal with it. Or don't deal with it. I don't give a fuck one way or the other. Like I said, mother made you, mother fuck you. Okay. Then, so we covered women shouldn't protect men. We covered homophobia and homophobic, the true definition of it, not your disdained and stupid version of it. Don't question the creator. We covered that. And let's talk about people's opinions and your beliefs. I've always said, and I always will say, and I always will protect, you have every right to believe what you believe. You have every right to do what you want to do, to say what you want to say. That's your right. You're not right and you're not wrong. But don't talk as if your word is law. Do not talk as if your word is the end all be all, that your word is etched in stone, that your word cannot be wrong. Don't do that, because nothing about you tells me that you are 100% right all the time. We all make mistakes. We all come through things and go through things that may change over time and through our time. Your opinion is just that, your opinion, and yes, you are entitled to that opinion. But do not think that people are entitled to always believe what you believe, and when they don't, they're wrong. No one's wrong. Not everyone's going to believe what I believe. Not everyone's going to believe how or see things how I see it. It's not going to happen. Or now I'm going to drive through, get something to eat for work. But still, no one's going to always believe what you believe. No one's going to always think how you think. We're not wired that way. We're not entitled to think that way. We're not obligated to think that way or to believe what you believe. And if you don't like that, that's your issue, not ours. That goes to any content creator, not just one specific person. And let me preface what I'm saying by saying this is not against one particular person in particular. It's against everyone who think that they're always right and their content cannot be created or their content cannot be questioned or judged or talked about, or, you know what I'm saying, or tried to be figured out and reasoned with. Nothing makes you special. Nothing makes me special. I understand. Not everyone's going to agree with me. Not everyone's going to like me. Not everyone's going to believe what I believe. Not everyone's going to take what I say as law. But it's my law. It's my beliefs. It's my thoughts. It's the way I express myself on my platform. And when I do go to other people's platforms, I try to be as respectful as possible, because I understand that it's their platform. They have the right to feel and believe what they feel and believe. It's not my right to try to dismantle what they believe. That's not my right. I can have an opinion. That's why I created a platform. That's why I created a channel. That's why I created what I've created. So I can speak what I want to speak, how I want to speak it, when and where I want to speak it, without being, you know what I'm saying, obligated to always be politically correct or always be 100% nice all the time, which I don't mind being nice. That's not an issue for me. But the point is, I'm not obligated to always believe what you believe. And on my platform, I can say whatever I want to say, as you can do that on your platform. Do not think that people are always obligated for them to believe what you believe and always question you. Just because you have people on your platform who believes in you or believe what you say, that means y'all are like-minded, sometimes closed-minded. I welcome differences of opinion. I welcome people to challenge what I believe, because that's how I grow. That's how I develop into the individual that I need to be. I don't want someone to always agree with me all the time in every single thing that I do. I like to think that I'm always right. You don't have to, you know. I like to think that I am always right. I am always on point. I'm always correct. I like to believe that. But is that the way the world's going to see it? No, and I understand that. And I welcome a challenge or a question or an opposite difference of opinion. I went to order some to eat. Sorry, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, no one's obligated to believe what you believe. No one's obligated to think how you think. No one has to do that. But also, I've been noticing that, you know, we're back with these receipts things again. Everyone wants to show their receipts. Everyone wants to have receipts. Everyone wants to prove that they're right. This is YouTube, people. No one really cares that much. How are you involving yourself in people's personal lives to the point to where you have to pull out receipts and text messages and phone calls and emails? I'm confused by that. Like, to me, that has nothing to do with anything. Like, that's what you did when you was in middle school, high school. You know what I'm saying? As adults, we don't do that. We don't pull out receipts. We don't pull out information that was private, that people thought that was private amongst each other, that people are trying to be friends with. That's why I say, what you do to somebody else, you're most likely to do to me. If that's the case, very few people on these YouTube streets can be trusted, because a lot of people are pulling out receipts. A lot of people are pulling out this information, to show, well, I'm not a liar. This is what they said to me. This is what they did to me. If it was said to you, it was meant for you. If it was said about somebody else, it wasn't. If they didn't say it to that person, or they're not willing to say it to that person, then it wasn't for that person to hear. It's for you to hear. It was for you to talk to and talk about what's not, and for you to try to be sneaky and conniving and deceptive to record things and to save things and to gather up information what's not. That shows the type of person you are. It shows that you can't be trusted. It shows that you can't be someone to befriend. That you can't be someone that, you know, is worthy of being, you know, trusted. That's what that shows. And that's a sad aspect of your personality and your character flaws that is being revealed. Yeah, so everyone's putting out receipts and trying to show that they're not a liar. Well, it's not. And your receipts may show that you're not a liar. But it also shows you can't be trusted. It also shows that you're not worthy of friendships, that you're not worthy of someone being able to confide in you on YouTube or in your real life, because it shows your character, it shows you who you are, it shows the type of person that you are, you know, which is a sad individual. You know, that's a sad state of mind to think that you can use what people say, you know, against them. What is this, a court of law? You know, it makes no sense. If someone talks to you as a friend or in a friendly conversation, at that point they trust you. Now it shows that they can't. It shows that you were never a friend. You would never be a friend to anyone. I just don't understand. And once again, this is not a defense of anyone. This is not a clout chase for anyone or of anyone. And this is not talking to anyone in specific or in particular. It's just about a situation or the situation that I've run across on YouTube. And it seems to be going on more often than not. You know, it just seems to be happening. It just seems it's something that's going on. It just seems that it's something that is constantly going on. That is a repeating story in the storylines of YouTube. You know, at one point, we all need to grow up and stop, thinking that, you know, we're that important that we need to spread someone else's business around. You know, because we all have skeletons in our closet. We all have done things and said things that may be used as, oh, well, let me use this against them. We all have done it before. We all have done it, you know. It doesn't mean that we're not good people, but what makes you a good person or not means that if you're trying to use it against someone else in a way that's malicious, something that's vicious, what's your point? What does it prove? What does it say about you that you have information about somebody else? What the fuck is this? Why is it everywhere? Sorry. I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, it makes no sense that as adults, late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, running around talking about somebody else. This on pause. Eat a little pie. Right back. I'm back, y'all. Ate my little pie. Cleaned up a little bit. Don't want y'all talking about me having something on my face. You know what I'm saying? Crusty lip ass. Shit on corners of your mouth. Yeah, everything's good. But yeah, but people walking around here just spewing out receipts. What are you trying to get a return on? Your time, your energy, your friendship? That's what the receipts are used for in real life. You go to a store without a receipt, you don't get your money back. What you're trying to do, get your money back? Confusing. I don't understand what's going on. At some point, you're gonna get tired of having to show receipts or showing receipts. At some point, you don't have anything else left to purchase or show that you have purchased with the receipt. You know. Receipts. Whew, that kills me. I'm so tired. I'm so upset that that word got put in the atmosphere right now. A couple of words get on my nerves. Receipts is definitely one of them because it don't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. You know, it doesn't mean anything at all. But anyways, but yeah. And then, what the hell are they honking at? Friendships on these YouTube streets. That can happen. But how can it happen when all these people with these nasty, negative ideas and attitudes are jumping up trying to squash someone else's reputation? Why would I feel comfortable calling someone a friend or acquaintance of mine in real life when your motives have been to gather information on other people and to deliver that information to the masses? That's crazy. It makes no sense to me. Friendships, situationships, YouTube-ships, maybe. Friendships, never. Never. You know. Yeah. And then also want to say that I don't understand why it is that as a content creator or as a subscriber, well, I understand completely why it is. So that's the question I don't need to not ask because I understand it. It's all about clicks and views. Clicks and views. The most sensationalized stories get picked up. Just like in real life, in the real news cycle. And a couple of minutes later, on to the next cycle. On to the most next salacious story. On to the most next salacious incident. You know, I guess sensationalism sells. And when you're not causing trouble and kicking up dust and turmoil, you're not doing it right, I guess. You're not doing it right. I guess I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing it right, y'all. I'm not doing it right. I haven't kicked up any dust yet. I'm not causing turmoil. I'm now out here windmilling in the streets, fighting, causing trouble, kicking up trouble. I'm not doing it right. It's all good. I guess I do it right in my life. You know what I'm saying? My real life. And be known as being a good person. I only do things if I have to, you know. The other day I was watching a YouTuber who got their start by jumping to other people's beefs and bragged that, yeah, I wasn't causing beef, I was defending people. Defending people like who? People that you don't know? Like, it ain't my place to defend nobody. It's my place to defend myself and myself only, and people that I know in my real life. Friends, families, you know what I'm saying? People that I care about, people that I love. It's not my place to defend anyone here on YouTube. Now, I can speak on things that I see, that I observe, but as you notice, I haven't called not one person's name. Not one person's name on this video, and very few people's name on my initial video on my channel. I don't do that. I don't call people's names unless I have to. And if I call your name, it's in a positive way. Big up you, you know what I'm saying? Give you some props. Not for anything in return, but just to show that I admire you, or just let people know who I admire and who I like. At least a couple of them on this YouTube platform. You know? People love calling names, putting people's names in their videos, and then saying they're not clout chasing. That's the very definition of clout chasing. Put someone's name in your title and talk shit about people in your videos by name. You know, I don't do that because what I talk about is not about an individual person. It's about a situation that I'm going to cross. That is something that is prevalent and evident on these YouTube streets. Something that is continuously happening. So it can pertain to anybody. It can pertain to everybody. It can pertain to myself. You know, it's not something that is. Don't do that. I don't think you're gonna try to do that too. Okay, good. I hate when motorcyclists try to go between two cars on the freeway. Then a mile later, you see the ass fucking sprawled out full of blood. Idiots. Anyway, so yeah, you know, my content is general content about what I've seen, what I've run across, what I've observed. It's never about anyone particular until it is about someone particular. You know? And I'll call their name and I'll talk about that person in particular. You know? But it's not generally, you know, because I don't care that much. It's not that serious. But yeah, I just want to come to you guys and talk about, you know, things that I spoke about, you know, the whole men can't defend women thing. Sorry, women can't defend men thing. But men can't defend themselves against women either. And if they do, they're not real men. What constitutes a real man? Question. You know, what constitutes a real man to you? I should say, what constitutes a real man on these YouTube streets to you? Because you don't know what someone does outside of YouTube. You don't know how they behave, how they react, or react in real life. But lo and behold, if someone calls you not being a real woman, you up in arms. We're putting a black woman down. We're beating you down. We don't protect you. We don't like you. We don't love you. Speaking of that, I knew I was going to get back to a point. I rambled enough. This whole narrative that black gay men on YouTube don't like black women, hates black women, that's a narrative that needs to be stopped. Seriously. It makes no sense. If that's the case, I can put out the narrative that black women don't like black gay YouTubers on this stuff. But yet, as small as I am, as a content creator, I know the majority of the audience on YouTube are black women. Am I going to cater to you? No, I'm not fucking you, so I'm not catering to you. Sorry. Like you, love you, I do. I mean it. You know, I have a mom, I have sisters, I have aunts, I have female cousins, I have nieces. I love and protect them just as much as I would protect anyone else. But the whole notion that I don't like black women because I choose to correct a black woman is very unfair, very untrue. You can correct me and I won't think that you don't like me. You can ask me a question, disagree with me, and I won't think that you don't like me. I would just believe that you're asking a question to get clarification, get understanding, to find out what I'm talking about. So why is it when a black man questions a black woman, it's this whole different narrative? And don't someone say on these YouTube streets, don't change the narrative, don't change my narrative? So if I'm asking a question, it isn't to change your narrative, it is to get clarification of what your narrative actually is. For me to ask a question is for me to seek understanding. I understand that a lot of people on these YouTube streets as content creators don't understand that. They think because you ask a question, you're attacking them, you are being defensive, you're being aggressive toward them. Simply because you're asking a question. But the aggression shows by your response. Now, that's how people get understanding of what you mean. If someone asks you a question and your response is to get loud and to be aggressive and to overtalk. Now this goes for male and female. You know, if your reaction is to be belligerent, to be aggressive when someone's simply asking a question, that shows what your intent was in the first place. Because when I speak, I want to be understood. When I speak, I want people to understand what I'm saying. I don't want there to be any misconstrued information coming from my mouth whatsoever. I want everyone to clearly understand what I'm saying. So there can be no misunderstandings in the words that are coming out my mouth whatsoever. I think we got away from that. We got away from understanding, seeking understanding, being clear. You know what I'm saying? Just because you understand what you're saying does not necessarily mean that everyone's going to understand it the way you understand it or receive it the way you meant it. So when a question is asked, stand in your own shit. Stand in it. Be the person that you say you are, that you want us to believe that you are. And stand in your own stuff. Stand up in it. You know what I'm saying? And if you believe in it so hard, you have no problem explaining it. You have no problem talking about it. You have no problem communicating the ins and outs of what you're saying. A question was asked on one live chat, I don't know if it's a couple days ago or not, and people was calling this individual homophobic and a racist. And when a caller asked this individual a question, the content creator didn't answer the question at all. They reverted to, well, this is my opinion and I'm entitled to my opinion. Yeah, you are entitled to your opinion. But if someone's giving you a listen and take the time to call in to you and ask you a question, be respectful and answer that question. Be respectful and actually clarify what you mean. What is your opinion? We know it's your opinion because you said it. So I should hope it should be your opinion. I should hope that it's what you think and how you feel. But at the same time, if someone doesn't understand it and want clarification and clarity on that opinion and that belief, why can't you stand up in it? You say you're smart, you're articulate. Articulate what you mean. Articulate what's going on. Articulate how you feel. So there's no misunderstanding whatsoever about what's going on. But when you're vague about what you said, about what you mean, about how you feel, that's when people can interpret it however they want it to be. People can interpret what your words in any way, shape, and form that they want it to be in. You can go to 16 different churches. They read from the same Bible. And each person up there in a pulpit preaching will give you a different version of that same scripture in that same Bible. We are meant to ask questions. We are meant to get clarification. We seek that. We yearn for that. By simply saying, this is my opinion, this is what I believe, no one here is your child. No one is. You know what I'm saying? Especially not me. So if I am gracious enough to ask you a question, please be gracious enough to give me an answer to that question. If someone asks you a question, be respectful enough to answer that question. And if they have another question, answer that question. Or tell them you don't feel like answering their questions. Just be honest with yourself and with them. If you don't like white people, I don't like white people. Okay? Because I don't. I said I don't. That's not my thing. I'm just giving an example. Now, that's an example. I know people have a hard time understanding what examples are on this content, on this channel as well. Not this channel, but on this platform, YouTube. People give examples all the time when they speak. It doesn't mean they're defending someone. It's about giving an example. It doesn't mean they're attacking you. It means they're giving an example. You know, as smart as people say they are, as content creators, they seem not to understand the basic communication skills that people engage in. Giving examples, clarification, critical thinking, critical listening, critical speaking, critical reading. You know, gags and jokes. You know, what's a joke? What's constituted as a joke? What constitutes as a insult? You know, basic means of human communication. But yet you're so smart. You have all these degrees. You have all this life experience. But yet you can't decipher from what someone wants to say, how they said it, their tone, their diction, none of those things. But yet you're so smart. You have all these degrees, all this knowledge, spread out all this wealth of information. But yet you can't grasp the simple understanding of question, answer. And no one here is your child. Your opinion is your opinion, and you're entitled to it. But when you put it on a public platform, when you put it out there in a universe, people have the right and obligation, if they're confused by it, to seek clarification, to seek understanding, to seek information, to expound upon their understanding of what you're saying. And if you want to continue to spew our information out there, you should want people to be clear about what you mean, about what you said. You know, we put out energy out there in the universe and expecting that nothing will return to us. Not realizing that energy is recycled. What you put out is what you get in. What you put out there is what is returned to you in one shape, form, or of another. Just like words. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction to it. I can't go around putting out negative energy, negative words out there and expecting nothing to come back to me. It's either in the form of a question or a form of a reaction. You know, I have to be clear that when I put out words and energy out there, you know, there's a possibility that somebody's going to disagree with me. There's a possibility that people may be confused. People may have questions, concerns, comments, you know, and at some point I'm gonna have to answer those questions one way or the other. So, just a couple things I want to talk about on my way to work today. Hope you enjoyed it. If not, it's okay. I'm okay. You know, I'll be okay. But yeah, as I say, if you like what you heard today, come to my channel. Peruse it. Look at it. Look through it. If you enjoy the content in my channel, subscribe, like, share. And as I always say, love yourself. Love someone else. Respect yourself. Respect someone else. And until next time, peace.